Hey guys, welcome back to AutoTechNick. Today, something real special. We're at my dad's place. He happens to have a 70 Chevelle, so we're gonna get it out, show Trevor, and let him see what a really nice one looks like compared to his Malibu, and the differences of the 70 and the SS. As you can hear, we got a couple cars to get out of the way. We can show Trevor some different genres of cars, some hot rods, some originals. So stay tuned, it's gonna be pretty cool, guys. All right, Trevor, you're pretty spoiled with the Chevelle that we have for an example here. You have a 72 Malibu. This is a 70, which is probably the most desirable year. This car is a true SS, but this car is considered the holy grail, Trevor. Do you know why?
Because it's good.
Do you know what makes it good?
Nope.
It's what's under the hood. Not only is this an SS 454 70 Chevelle, Trevor, that's an LS6 engine. And this is an all original numbers matching car. This is the top dog Chevelle, highest horsepower they ever made, rated at 450 horsepower, which is like 3 times the horsepower of your Malibu. So these are not very common, very rare, so it's very cool. But there's a couple differences from the 70 to your 72. Have you noticed anything yet?
The cowl induction head.
Well, that's an SS option. That is a good eye. What about the headlights?
There's 2 of them instead of 1.
Yep, and did you check out the taillights in the back bumper?
No.
Let's go look at those. Seeing a difference?
They're red.
Yeah, but you have 4 round taillights, and this has square taillights. So that only in 1970 did they have those headlights with the 4 headlights and with this back bumper. But everything else in the car for the most part is the same. Now, since this car is an SS, it does have the optional SS stripes, right? You've already identified the hood, but it also has the vacuum cowl vent, which is actually super, super cool. Now, there's one thing I wanted to show you. Notice that trim that's on the side of your doors. This one doesn't have it. What do you think?
Looks nice.
Looks nice. Did you notice that the stainless rocker seal covers, they're not on this car at all? So remember how on your car we talked about maybe getting rid of those? Here now you can see what it looks like without them. You like that?
Yeah.
It's a bucket seat car.
Yeah.
You wanted to see what some bucket seats look like, huh? It's a bucket seat. Has a center console. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
So, Trevor, check it out. The LS6, big block, 450 horsepower. Some people actually claim that they rated this under the actual horsepower for insurance, that it's closer to 500. Do you remember how much yours, your 350 in your Malibu has?
175.
165. When it was new. This is 500. Much better. Big block, you have a small block, all original, so it's very clean. I think this car was actually restored in the 90s, so which is actually, in my opinion, perfect, because that means it's not so nice that it can't be driven. We can take it out and enjoy it. These cars are so valuable that a lot of people won't get to drive them and enjoy them. Trevor, there's another thing I wanted to show you. Oh, we gotta get this pushed down. Do you see the hood pins right there? These hood pins come through and they latch into the hood. That's an SS option also. So these are all things that if you wanted to, we could incorporate onto your car. But I'm kind of with you where I don't necessarily want to do a clone of an SS, but I don't mind stealing features of the SSs and putting it on our car, because some of the stuff's actually pretty cool. Did you look at the gauges? Let's show you the gauges. Well, to start, how does a Chevelle feel that has an interior?
Nice.
And floorboards.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. And a headliner. We just ripped ours out. So, what I want to show you is look at the gauges. Now, this isn't factory, but that's because this car wasn't optioned with a tack. So, rather than alter this car because it's so original, we just went with the day 2 style tack. But do you notice how you have 3 gauges up there on this particular car? Do you remember what yours looks like?
2.
It doesn't even have 2. It just has a sweep dash, so it's a big rectangle, and it sweeps. So this is an SS option for this style gauges. Now, normally there's a tack right here that's an option. This car is not equipped with. Now, the reason why we did this tack is because this car is so valuable, it wouldn't be smart to put a tack in there. But on your car, since it's a Malibu, we could easily just go and put in SS style gauges if you like this style better and put a tack in the dash. So you notice your steering wheel's a little different. And this is what I talked about on, I think it was our second video, where the horseshoe shifter. It is an automatic, but this is the shifter. So you have the column shift up here on your car. This one has this horseshoe shifter down here. So pretty cool, huh? Now, if this was a manual transmission, it would just have the manual shifter down here. So this is not an SS specific item, but it's definitely cooler in my opinion than the column shift.
I like it.
But it's not as cool as the stick shift.
I like it.
You like it? So I think we've been granted permission to take it for a drive. You want to go take it for a spin? All right. Well, let's get some cameras set up in here, and we're going to go take it for a spin and see what you think.
Okay.
All right. All right, Trevor, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hate to break it to you, Trevor, but you have the full grandma spec Chevelle. Bench seat, 10-bolt, open diff, turbo 350, column shifter, vinyl top, small block 2-barrel. This is the complete opposite of what yours is. All right, Trevor, here we go. Out on the open road. In a couple of years, this could be you and your Chevelle.
Yeah.
Now, this car has a 411 diff, so you can tell that we're cranking some RPM and we're not going very fast. That means this car will accelerate quick, but it is terrible on gas, and it's not a good road trip car. A little bit of the throttle.
Feels pretty good.
bucket seats?
I like them.
You like them? So is the bucket seats on the wish list, the bin sheet?
Wish list.
Wish list. Horseshoe shifter?
I like the, yeah, I like the horseshoe system shifter.
You do? Or is horseshoe shifter, or, well, if you do bucket seats, you need to do a console, so you have to put a shifter here. And that's where you have to decide if you're going to keep an automatic to do the horseshoe, or if you're going to put a manual transmission in it. And the shifter goes here.
Either it's going to be manual or horseshoe.
Bucket seats are hard to find. We're going to have to save our pennies. Drives pretty good considering this car's still on bias plies. They're reproductions of the original tires. So they perform terrible compared to modern tires, but it's all original. So this is what it's like driving this car if it was brand new in 1970.
Wow.
Alright, Trevor, keep an eye on that flap, okay? See how the flap opens and closes?
Yep.
Automatically, pretty cool, huh? You think he'll trade us?
Doubt it.
We try. Save you a lot of work. No?
We can try. It's not gonna work though.
Why not?
He's not gonna take it.
Alright. You gotta tell me one thing about this car you don't like. Chevelle in person, did it move black up your list of potential paint colors?
A little bit.
A little bit? Give me your top 5.
I don't know my top 5.
You don't know your top 5?
It's too many colors. Can't rank them.
Top 3.
Orange with the white stripes.
Orange with white stripes, okay.
I do like gray.
Gray? Gray or silver?
Both.
Both? So what have we established today, Trevor?
This is a nice
We've established that you want bucket seats. You like the cowl hood. You don't like the hood pins.
Not really.
How about the stainless rocker seal covers?
I don't like them.
You don't like them.
I don't like
So leave those off your car? The side trim down the doors on your car? No? Okay. You prefer your gauges over the SS gauges?
Yep.
Okay. How about the big block?
I like the big one.
You like the big block? Good choice. This is more hot roddy, muscle carry, okay? A little bit of a different experience.
Yeah.
Do you like the sound of this one better than the Chevelle now?
No, I do like the sound though.
That did nothing for you?
It was nice.
It was nice. What about the Chevelle?
What about the Chevelle?
You like the Chevelle better? Mm-hmm. All right. I don't hate it. Don't hate it. All right, man. That was pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. Quite nice. So we kind of have two good examples for you. We have the all original 70s muscle car. Mm-hmm. We have the hot rodded late 60s muscle car.
Yep.
So this one obviously has been modified. Pretty original body, but it's got a built engine, clean engine bay, modern wheels, modern interior, sounds mean, stock. Mm-hmm. Which one do you like?
The Chevelle.
You like the Chevelle, and you like the stockness of the Chevelle. Mm-hmm. Yep. So what I wanted to do is I really wanted to show him the difference between a stock car and like more of a modified hot rod, because Trevor doesn't really know the genres of cars and what's cool or what his taste is. So I'm just trying to show him new things and let him experience it so he can kind of dial in what he thinks and what he's been talking about for a while. And what we kind of confirmed today is Trevor is a fan of original, but leaning a little bit more towards resto mod, huh? Mm-hmm. So I think from what we've been talking about, his Chevelle, we're going to steal some SS elements. We are not going to build an SS clone, and it's going to be more of a resto mod. We want to keep original looking wheels, original interior, a color that would be possibly a color that came out on the car in the 70s, not a modern color. So that's...
Steal the stripes.
What's that?
Steal the stripes. Steal
the stripes. He likes the cowl hood. His car has the rocker seal. It's the stainless rocker seal cover. He doesn't like that, so we might take that off and fill the holes up, get rid of the door molding. So there's a lot of things we can do and tinker with, but my main goal why we're here is just let him see another Chevelle and what it's going to be like. All right, guys, that was a real quick video today. We just wanted to kind of get Trevor's feet wet with this thing and see what he thinks of it, so that way we have a little bit more of the bench race about and talk about. All right, thanks for watching the channel. We appreciate the support. We'll see you guys on the next one.